live.
Oh my gosh. It's true.
Good morning. I know, this is so weird because we're like, it's still morning and we're live with people. That's crazy.
I know.
I
It is
know.
nuts.
It is.
Oh, well,
Happy Sunday, everybody. And
Sunday.
it is Sunday. Sunday. Sorry, I can't think of Sunday and not go to those old commercials when they would have the big monster truck rallies at the Silverdome in Michigan. The Sunday.
Oh, what happened to that time and place? Huh?
I know, right? Truckosaurus. With Bigfoot and Monster Bigfoot and Mega Bigfoot.
Crazy.
So I know, right?
Kids $5. I mean, family
know.
fun.
Family fun pack. Kids eat for free. So there's a place like that in St. Croix Falls. It's called Loggers Bar, and it's a kids eat for free bar. So Joe and I never go there.
I'm like, don't they just call that Chuck E. Cheese?
Chuck E. Cheese just filed for bankruptcy. Did you know that?
Oh.
No. I know.
Oh. Does that mean they're closing or they're just filing for bankruptcy? I mean, they're just like reorganizing. They're firing all the teenagers that work there and cleaning out the ball pit. And that's where COVID came from.
Well, and Eric Block wants us to get into this right now. Eric Block said, I just had cinnamon swirl French toast at Northside Grill in honor of Sunday Brunch Day. And Eric, all we got to say to you is, well done.
Exactly.
Totally. That's right. So for those of you that go ahead.
I was going to say Northside over in Ann Arbor. So, and I understand they have a fabulous breakfast.
Nice. Breakfast is the best meal of the day. If you're a Parks and Rec fan, you'll know this because that's like a Leslie Knope and Ron Swanson thing is breakfast, which it's the best meal of the day. It's my super favorite. It's not even close. But I have to say, I'm not a huge fan of Sunday brunch or any brunch for that matter, which is ironic because we're talking about Sunday brunch today.
I know. I'm more of a breakfast person than a brunch person because I get up early. I'm an early riser. I'm a morning person, which my 16-year-old self would be disgusted with. So I'm an early riser. Duncan and I, we usually go for a walk, and then we go out to breakfast because there's not very many people out yet, and I like that. Sometimes brunch is a little crowded with people, and even before COVID-19, I wasn't a big crowded restaurant person. So yeah, I go out to brunch when I get invited, but I don't go to brunch on my own.
That's well said. I'm exactly the same way. I'm more of a, Joe and I live in Polk County, Wisconsin, which is not a populous county. It's a rural county. So in terms of brunch places, there aren't really any. There used to be Watershed Cafe in Osceola. They would open at like 9 or 10 on a Sunday, but they are not open on Sundays anymore. And I have to admit, I'm the same way. I get up way too early in the morning. I'm usually eyes open, pretty much ready to get out of bed by 5:30 on a weekend. Sometimes I'll make myself lay in bed till 6 o'clock just because it's like, it's 6 o'clock. I'm like, it's 5:30. I don't have to get up today. But I really like to get going. I, like you, am a big breakfast. And so, I like to have my breakfast done because by 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock when brunch time is, it's halfway through the day. It's practically dinner time. I don't know what to tell you.
Exactly. I was like, I'm already way late for breakfast and a little early for lunch. And I'm a little cranky because, I've got the hangries. And because I had to have sad oatmeal at 6. And now, just.
So I thought we could take a minute and talk about how this brunch phenomenon even came about. So let's do that real quick. Let's take a quick screen share of this bad boy. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Screen share. Thank you for the message. I want oh, look, you already got that one up. Nice. All right. And we are up and running. All right. So the Sunday brunch with the brothers, sisters. This is a quick and dirty history of brunch. So, for instance, where did it come from? And if you're a Downton Abbey fan, you'll know what I'm talking about here. It likely originated from the English hunt breakfast. So the English were big on, they would go hunt fox on their horses with their big red coats. And then afterwards, they would have a big, lavish multi-course meal after morning hunting. There are others that suppose that originated from the Catholic Church, because back in the day, Catholics would fast before Mass. So they would like have dinner on a Saturday, and then they would fast, then they would have Mass, and then they would have a big meal after Mass, which probably is where the whole coffee and donut thing came in. Remember, you go to church and you have coffee and donuts. Totally. Mm-hmm. So, and Mass takes like forever. So then you have to, they got to have something to eat afterwards. So, and again, the term brunch is a mix of breakfast and lunch. And the term itself, brunch, is attributed to a dude named Guy Barringer, who in 1895 wrote an article about brunch. And he was actually complaining about brunch. I'll talk about that in a minute. But he wrote an article about the topic in 1895 in Hunter's Weekly. And he was complaining that brunch was too foodie. It needed to be more light and more conversational and more fun. But he wanted to move away from those big, lavish post English hunt breakfast, and he wanted something that was more fun, more boozy, with lighter fare. So that's kind of not really what we have today. And as far as brunching in the U.S., it became popular in the 30s. Hollywood had a big part to do with that, A, because actors are notoriously late risers, and B, you would have these actors that would be traveling from New York to Los Angeles, and they would stop in Chicago for a meal, and it was often later in the day. And then, so that became a more popular time to eat as well. I know. Who knew that brunch was so historic? Aunt Julie says, hello.
Oh, go ahead.
Hi, Aunt Julie. I'm just saying hi to Aunt Julie. She's saying good morning to us.
I think I have to agree with this guy, Barringer's, it should be a lighter, more social affair because, more, I don't know if it has to be more boozy, but Americans definitely have a way boozier brunch, but we don't have a lighter brunch. I mean, it always seems to be this really caloric, monstrosity. And trust me, I love a caloric monstrosity. I'm all for that. I just think it's funny that it's this, I'm like, I always thought of brunch as more of a lighter, thing, like, remember when we used to go to the Cottage Inn on Sundays when they had a brunch?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, they had moose cups. Anyway, so I always think of that when I think of brunch. And now they're like these giant skillets or like this 7-decker French toast thing or chicken piled on top of waffles, on top of mashed potatoes, on top of pancakes in a skillet. Oh, and here's your Bloody Mary. I'm like, I have gardening to do after this, and I'm going to need a nap. Do you have a nap area? That might be a good part of brunch, napping.
Well, and if you go to a Bloody Mary brunch, it's like you literally can build an entire meal just out of the accoutrements they have for the Bloody Mary. Like they have cheese, they have sausage, they have bacon, they have shrimp, they have cheese, they have pickles, they have olives, and large quantities of all. I'm just waiting for them to put a hamburger on there. Actually, Joe and I have an idea. Joe and I have an idea for a Bloody Mary. So Trollhagen, which is where Joe works in the wintertime in the ski area, they have a bar called the Skull, and they serve a really big Bloody Mary. But Joe and I want them to serve like a $20 Bloody Mary. And this is what you get with your Bloody Mary. Are you ready? You get the giant Bloody Mary. And you also get like a hamburger that goes with it. And you get a little skewer full of things like tater tots. And this is where I come in. You get either a whole thing of Tostino's pizza rolls, or you get 2 Hot Pockets, and you get a dessert skewer with 2 Hostess cupcakes. Boom! $20 Mary!
I think that sounds amazing, Jenny. I think I would become a Bloody Mary fan if it came with all that awesome stuff. I mean, that's amazing. For $20, who needs to grocery shop?
You don't. And you get pizza rolls in a Bloody Mary, which I think would be hilarious. A whole line of pizza rolls.
Plus, it's aesthetically pleasing.
It is aesthetically pleasing. I think that would just be a really good-looking Bloody Mary. So I
think so, too. I think so. I think it should be Wisconsin's state flag.
It should be their state bird. Actually, it probably should be the state flag, because every time I talk to people about Wisconsin, the first thing they say is, I'm like, they sure drink a lot there. I'm like, yeah. And they do. Or, you'll talk about like the amount of alcohol you can buy in Wisconsin, and people are like, yeah, that sounds right. It's Wisconsin. So Wisconsin has a reputation. I am learning this.
It does. It does. It does have a reputation. And they don't seem to be at all bothered by it. So there you go.
No, it's more about let's embrace this because we're from Wisconsin. So
Exactly.
I get it.
If we changed it, we wouldn't be drinking as much, and wouldn't we all be sadder because of that?
Yes. Hey, all right. So let's talk about a couple of favorite spots.
Okay.
So Anne, you chose Beezy's. Tell us about Beezy's, if you would.
Okay. Well, Beezy's is located in Ypsilanti, Michigan, and Duncan and I live in Chelsea, Michigan, which is about 30 miles away. So we love this place so much that we're willing to drive 60 miles round trip to eat breakfast there. It's in downtown on Washington Street, and if you're familiar at all with Ypsilanti, or Ann Arbor, you know where the Deja Vu Strip Club is. It's on the same street, Washington Street, just on the other side of the street and south a little bit. So if you've never been there, I know you know where the Deja Vu is. It's the only strip club in Washtenaw County. And so it's right on that same street. And it's been there since 2008, and it was opened by a woman named Bee, hence Beezy's. Wonderful. Just really does a great job. Nothing is super fancy, but they make their own bread. They make their own cinnamon rolls. Their breakfast is amazing. They have like a fairly limited menu, like 10 to 12 items on their breakfast and lunch menu, because they're just a breakfast and lunch sort of place. And so you have to, but it's wonderful. All the food is homemade. The staff is delightful. In fact, half the fun is just like, interacting with the staff, because they really seem to enjoy themselves. Jesse is the manager now. So yes, Jesse still works there. So
well done, Jesse.
Everybody knows what they're doing in the kitchen. They're just lovely people. Now, you do have to order at the counter, and you have to clear your own table. So if that is not for you, then, well, it's sad. Sad for you, because the food is amazing.
It's not sad for me. That just means there's more for me.
Exactly. If you're a big, coffee connoisseur, they have Intelligentsia coffee. They have their own Beezy's blend. And I buy bags and I ship them to Jenny. But I have friends that buy like 5 or 6 bags at a time and then give them out as like hostess gifts. In fact, for Jenny's husband, Joe's 50th birthday, we bought him a 20-pound bag of coffee so that he could sleep on it, or he could grind it up and drink it, depending on what he wanted. So coffee. So, and I'm not a big coffee drinker unless it has whipped cream and chocolate in it, unlike my sister. But I know if coffee is important to you, you will go to a place because they have excellent coffee. And BC's not only has really good food, but they do have excellent coffee. So it's not over-roasted.
It's not. Sort of thing. Intelligentsia does a nice roast anyway. They're out of Chicago. BC's blend is also good because it's a blend of more African and South American coffee. So everything is it's a medium roast. It's got real nice fruity to it, and that's one of my favorite reasons to go to BC's. They don't do fancy coffees. They don't do mochas. They don't do things like that. But they brew a fantastic, just awesome cup of coffee using excellent coffee, because that is the key. So yeah, I get it. Yeah, BC's is amazing. Amazing.
Yeah. So we love that, and we take people anytime anybody visits us, we go to Beezy's. We have friends from all over the state, and people from outside of the state who are like, oh, are we going to that place they took us to in Ypsi? And I'm like, yes, we are, because why wouldn't we? So if you are looking for a good, you can call it brunch if you want, but they don't have a bar, and they don't have traditional service. So, but you can, they serve breakfast until 4 on Sundays. So there you go. If you're looking for, and they open up at 9 on Sunday. So if you want a breakfast or you want a brunch, Beezy's Cafe in Ypsilanti, Michigan. It's at 20 North Street in Ypsilanti, Michigan. Same street as the Deja Vu. We'll see you there.
Downtown. Right downtown, Ypsilanti. It's amazing. So, and Ypsilanti's super hip and trendy and cool now. So, and I think Beezy's is one of the reasons that Ypsilanti is hip and trendy and cool. So there.
Yeah, it's so funny because when we first got to Ypsilanti in the late 80s, Ypsi was kind of a shady place, and still parts of it are. It keeps it real. It was kind of like you didn't really go downtown unless you needed a wig or some, you're getting your methadone, or you wanted to go to the 24-hour Coney Island, which was great. We loved that place. So, whatever. But now it's just kind of this. Anybody that wants to open a business that can't do it in Ann Arbor because it's too expensive, they come to Ypsi and do it. So. Hey, good for Ypsi.
Ypsilanti, if you will. Well done, Anne. Thank you for your brunch pick, Beezy's in Ypsilanti. I have chosen, my pick is, and you have to understand, because we are dealing with, like I said, Polk County, Wisconsin, which is rural. I mean, the truth is we could go to Minneapolis or St. Paul, but I haven't really found a place that I really love. I mean, there's
It's
a lot
worth the
of good,
drive.
it's worth the drive. And frankly, I don't know. It's hard for us because Joe, this is his full-time gig takes place in the summer. So, we don't have a lot of extra time in the summer, especially to go off on a Sunday because it's a full day for Joe on Sunday. So my pick, I picked a local establishment. It is the Amory Family Restaurant in Amory, Wisconsin. And this is just a good, solid, small town restaurant. It's not fancy. It's clean. The service is very good. They don't serve booze or anything like that. So if you want your Bloody Mary bar or your Bloody Mary brunch, you're not going to get that there. They have an above average cup of coffee. Considering there's nothing fancy about their coffee, they brew it well. They keep bringing it. There's half and half on the table ready to go. And they have the sugar dispenser. No little tiny packet of sugar. They give you the jar of sugar that you can just keep pouring for as long as you want. Yes, quality. They have their breakfast menu is ginormous. They have, and you can get eggs, you can get skillets, you can get eggs Benedict. You can do various waffles, pancakes, French toast, and so I've got some pictures of some of their stuff. So like this is their corned beef hash, eggs Benedict. This is their fancy bananas, something French toast, and this is the whole thing where they take pancakes and wrap a banana in it, which is hilarious because it's got fruit, so it's healthy. They open at 6:00, pretty much 7 days a week, and so Joe and I we'll get up really early. If we go on Sunday for breakfast, we get up and we're there by 7. That way Joe can get to work, and there's nobody in there, so it's completely awesome. The good news is there's always Fox News playing on the TV if that's what you're into. So yeah, you basically know they put their flag in the ground. This is where we stand. If you don't like it, go find some other family restaurant to eat at. There's not one because you're in Polk County. There's a couple of great places close by. There's Wayne's, which is just up the road from us. There's I can't think of the name of the restaurant right in St. Croix Falls. It's a little mom and pop cafe. They do a good job, but they don't have waffles. So sometimes if I want a waffle, we'll skip that place. God, what is the name of that place? I can't remember. We haven't been there in a while. We haven't really been to any restaurant in a while. So anyway, that's my pick. It's the Amory Family Restaurant. It is at 418 Keller Avenue South in Amory, Wisconsin, which is essentially the main drag that takes you right through, right before you get, it's just south of downtown. You can't miss it. They have a big sign. It's awesome. Oh, we have some commentary. Let's see what we got. Amber French. She said pancake wrap, all the things. So I'm guessing that's a good thing. Oh, by the way, Ann, I'm not going to tell you what Amber scored for you, but Amber scored you something that you are going to like very, very much. Yes, you. She texted me the other day and she said, "Do you think Ann would like this?" I was like, yeah. You're going to flip. Anyway, I can't tell you what it is. You're going to love it.
Is it an owl lamp? Because I love owl lamps.
It's not an owl lamp, Ann, but it's pretty freaking sweet, in my opinion. So
okay. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Yeah. Yes. So well done. So anyway, that's my pick for the whole brunch thing. And Amber said it has Ann Brothers written all over it. Yes, it does.
Yay! I'm so excited.
You should
Can't
be.
wait.
Should be.
I also wanted to mention about Beezy's is that during this our COVID adventure, they are doing carry out, and if you really you don't want to, because right now they don't have their restaurant itself open. They have the outside seating area in the front of the building is open, but if you that still makes you a little nervous, you can always get carry out. And then there's a lovely park that when we were going to college wasn't so lovely, but it's really nice now. The park right on the river off of out of Depot Town.
Yes.
Now
Park,
it's a lovely park. Now it's a great park, but you can, because we've done that a couple times. We've taken our takeout and we've gone to the park and we've sat on a picnic bench and eaten our beezy. So if you're still not totally inclined to sit at a restaurant, they do take out and they're very cool about it. They do a great job. So.
Yeah, as far as COVID precautions at the Amory Family Restaurant, they're taking none. So there you go. Just be aware of that. No one will give you a hard time if you wear your mask, but there ain't nobody wearing masks in there. And you could also, but the thing is, you could also call the Amory restaurant, and you can do takeout there. So that is also an option. If you don't want to sit in a restaurant, you can do that as well. So just know that though they're not really taking any precautions in the restaurant themselves, they are definitely, you have some availability. Here we go. Julietta Brothers, Aunt Julie. What's up, Aunt Julie? Grand Rapids in the house, if you will. She said, my pick's in St. Joseph County. Happy Landing at Corey Lake. Oh, that brings back memories. Happy Landing was one of Avis's favorite spots. Mm-hmm. I always loved it when we would go to church with grandma and or grandpa, and then we'd go get breakfast afterwards. And I always liked it when we would get in the car and point towards Three Rivers, because we knew, like, yes, not only did you get good breakfast, but then you got a little drive in the country too, which I, like Avis, very much enjoy. So Happy Landing on Corey Lake in Grand Rapids. Oh, here we go. In Grand Rapids, the Real Food Cafe.
Oh my gosh, I love that place so much.
Yeah, if you happen to be anywhere near Grand Rapids and you've got some time, go to look it up. Real Food Cafe in Alger Heights neighborhood. The food there is ridiculous.
It's amazing. Yeah, they make all their own pastry. They make cake. Oh my gosh, they have this orange sickle cake and this chocolate cake. Also, they only take cash, so just keep that in mind. You have to pay in cash there. But the breakfast, and if you can order half, because the breakfast is mammoth, even for Duncan. And Jenny can attest, Duncan can put it away. That's one of the reasons why I married him, because he could out-eat me, and that's not easy to do. So they have a huge breakfast. They make all their own bread, all their own cinnamon rolls, their own cakes, pie. Yeah, so if you go to Real Food, it is a treat you will never forget.
Take
no
care.
Bar. Also, no bar.
Yeah, that's good to know too, because if you're counting on some sort of mimosa or Bloody Mary, you're not going to get it. But that's okay. You don't need to drink all the time, people. It's all right.
It's okay. Yeah.
So
it's okay. You'll be fine.
Yes. And so from time to time, you guys, Ann and I will come on and talk about our favorite places to eat, because that's one of the things that the brothers sisters do more well. Or they do well and more often than most, is that we eat a lot. And when Ann and I were doing a lot of traveling together, that's pretty much how we remembered where we were based on what we ate. I'm like, what did we eat there?
Exactly. Oh, I remember that place. This is what we ate.
This is what we ate. So that's kind of a thing for us. That's why I'm never going to be super skinny, because it's just not a priority. Eating is a priority. I do exercise and am fit enough. So anyway.
But yeah, whenever somebody's like, I'm going to this place, I'm like, you have to go to this restaurant, or I'm going to this place, you have to go to this coffee shop. I'm like, do you know someplace everywhere? And I'm like, yes, I know where to eat everywhere. And I never lie about food.
No. There's no reason to lie about food. I don't have to be nice about it. I know what I like. And I know it's not even I know what I like. I know what's good.
Right.
Yes.
And I know you like it too.
I know. And I've watched enough Top Chef to know what's good, because I learned it on Top Chef, and I ate it in my own time. So anyway, I think that's going to wrap up our Sunday brunch extravaganza, our very first ever Sunday brunch thing. So there you go. We will be back with you live on Wednesday, this coming Wednesday. And I got confirmation that we will have Jim and Tammy Peters on Wednesday to talk yacht rock. It's time. The yacht rock experts are going to be joining us. So there you go. And we're going to talk about our top 5 picks, their top 5 picks, what makes, because Joe and I were talking about that. We were talking about Joe feels the greatest yacht rock song ever is the Pina Colada song. I feel it is Sailing. He feels, so we're going to talk about this. So there we go. And then his brother Jim has some very different thoughts about yacht rock. But anyway, that's when we'll be back on Wednesday. So look for us live on Wednesday. We will be back on Thursday for Bar Thursday, and we're going to talk movies. So anyway, we'll be back. Hey, you guys, good news in case you didn't know this. Gerard Butler's got a new movie coming out in August called Greenland. Look for the trailer. It's amazing already.
The trailer is amazing. I'm so excited about the movie. I can't tell you. I was thinking about it the other day at work. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can wait till August.
Maybe we won't have to. Maybe they'll release it on like Prime or something and do the $20 thing where you pay $20 to get the movie on your own TV. I'd like that a lot, because I'm not really hot about going to the movies right now. So
me neither.
You know,
Me neither. I don't think I'll ever. I'm not sure. Yeah, that I'm not too keen about. But man, if they put it on Prime, like, hey, this is $7.99, I'm like, sold. We're doing it.
It'll be
Duncan, sit down.
it'll be $20, and I'll still pay for that because it's still cheaper than going to the movies. So
Yeah,
there you
no
go.
kidding. No
Mhm.
kidding. Because I can get Wendy's takeout and I don't have to sneak it in anywhere.
Nope, I don't have to wear that super big coat with the giant inside pockets.
Exactly. I don't have to wear bring the giant purse.
Not that I've ever done that before.
Yeah, me neither. I've read about that.
Yeah, other
That
people
that do that, and
yeah.
I don't approve.
Yeah, heard it from a friend.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
All right, good. So anyway, guys, we will see you next week. Have a fantastic week. Eat lots of brunch today. Enjoy your Bloody Mary bar. Make sure you get a napkin full of stuff and take it back to your table. Okay.
For sharing.
Sharing, that's right. All right, guys, have a great week. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.